Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Sunday afternoon, 30 time. Everybody's having a good weekend. I know the craziness of where I live. No one can find toilet paper, so thank goodness I went out and a couple weeks ago I stocked up. I didn't go crazy. I didn't buy all that was on the shelf. I didn't do that kind of thing. I bought when there was plenty still on the shelf. So I feel bad. If I was going to buy some today, and I would only take enough for one. I wouldn't be taking piles of toilet paper. I think that's something wrong with that. You got to let people. There's always people that are a little more needy than you. So I try not to be greedy, especially in times like what we're going through right now. But yeah, in my neighborhood, everybody's home. Everybody's kind of hanging out, in their driveways. Everyone's sort of keeping their distance, though. Went for a walk around we have a community lake, about a 40-acre lake. So went on a nice walk today. Got a little exercise, a little fresh air. Went golfing the other day. The golf courses are all open down here in Florida, so that's good. That's kind of the sport where you're not, I guess they're disinfecting all the golf carts. So you don't pick up something. But yeah, it's one of those sports where you're certainly not in contact with other people. You're automatically socially distanced. So yeah, so it's been a good time to sort of relax a little bit. I haven't been streaming in probably since a week ago. I hit my quota of hours with StreamYard, and they sent me a message the other day saying I couldn't stream until after the 21st. So yeah, so I decided I'll do one today. I'm going to go through my June pre-orders, books that I'm going to be picking up in the month of June from Midtown. I looked at it last night, went through it again here just a little bit ago, kind of scrubbed it. I think it's close to a final draft. I don't know if I'll pull the trigger. Probably wait a few days. Sometimes I like to think on it. I'm looking at these books, and I'm looking at the covers that I like, the titles that I like to read. Yeah, so we'll go through it. I'll go through my list of my pre-orders on Midtown with you. You'll see exactly what I'm deciding to buy ahead of time for the month of June. So basically, these are going to be April orders that are coming out in June. So you've got pretty much most of the month of April, I think, probably through the third week of April to get your June orders in, usually, something like that. There is a cutoff time. A lot of online websites will give you the exact, final cutoff date that you can order books for the next month. I like to get it in somewhat early, just in case. Usually it's pretty rare that something sells out in a pre-order, but occasionally it's happened. Usually it's maybe some type of incentive cover that you're trying to pre-order. But I just went to the store today, picked up a couple items. I had to get new readers. My other ones, I guess I fell asleep on the couch last night and I rolled over and broke them. So my fat butt crushed my readers, so I had to go out and get a new pair. And these are actually better too because they're yeah, as I get older, my distance is really good. Like I can see really far real well, which helps me when I'm golfing. But man, up close, my eyesight's not very good. So I definitely need readers. And these are really good to have because they help me with glare from the. They're supposed to be good for computers. You know, they don't strain your eyes as badly. All right, so let's see who's in the chat. We got my good friend Marcus. He's the first one in the chat. How you going? How's it going, my friend Marcus? I know he's out in Washington, and they've had quite a few cases of the coronavirus out there where he's at locally. So I know he's been concerned, and he's been on top of this since day one. Marcus was prepped and ready to go. Good to see you, my friend. We got Malcolm Giles. We got James McGarry. And we got Cameron D. All right, so we got a few people watching right now. I know there might be a couple other YouTube shows on right now that I'm competing against. So maybe this wasn't the best time to do it, but yeah, there's kind of a lull in the afternoon here. The weather's kind of nice right now, so I figured I'd have a little drink, little cigar, and talk comics, kind of give you guys a little preview of what I'm picking up for June. Some really cool looking books coming out, really cool looking covers. So yeah, let's jump on into it. Let me pull up and share my screen with you guys. All right. All right, that's my pull list. Let me go to orders. So Midtown makes it pretty easy. You know, it'll be previews for, it'll say April 2020, but these are really June orders. So when you look at, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's April. Yeah, maybe it is April orders. I thought some of these were in June though. Maybe I'm wrong. So these are due by, yeah, it tells you right here. These orders are due by March 24th. And these are the April titles. Yeah. Yeah, all these release dates I think are in April. I don't know why I thought June. Yeah, it's I think it's April. Sorry about that. Looks like these are April orders. Okay, so these are due by looks like in 2 days. So orders are due by the 24th. If you don't have these in, well, it can't be. It's got to be later. That has to be wrong. Because I just noticed this, that they're available. Usually they're available for 2-3 weeks before they shut it off. Oh, it says March orders are due by, okay, I got that wrong. So if you haven't ordered books for the month of March, yeah, March orders are due by the 24th. So that usually means that, yeah, usually the third week of that given month. So basically your April orders, you've got until probably till the end of March. Yeah, I think that's how it is. All right, I'm thoroughly confused. Let's just go over it. I guess this is the newest order list from Midtown, coming out, I believe, in April. For Dark Horse, I know there's a couple titles there. I've been buying these Colonel Weird Cosmogogs. I haven't read them yet. I think I pre-ordered the first 2 issues. So I'm likely to grab the third one. There's a couple of different covers. I usually just go with the A cover typically, which is a Tyler Crook cover, which looks interesting. It's, you know, it's Jeff Lemire. He does a good job usually. I like his writing. Let's see, what else did I see for Dark Horse? I think that might be it. If you like Mike Mignola, he's got a Lady Baltimore book coming out. New title. I don't know if that'll be worth grabbing. I may end up getting that. I'm still debating that one. I'm trying to keep my orders. down to a minimum if I can. It's not easy. A lot of good books coming out. You got a Witcher, Fading Memories, #1. Obviously, the Netflix show did pretty well. Imagine this book might be. I like that there's only one cover, so that might be worth grabbing. It's a cool looking cover. I like the cover on that. You got another Umbrella Academy. This is a mini series. You got Gerald Way doing the writing, which he was the original writer on Umbrella Academy. The first Umbrella Academy spinoff series gets out of the Umbrella Academy. His allowance discontinued by Hargreaves. He takes to a place where his ghoulish talents will be appreciated. After a magical high on a vampire drug lord's stash, Klaus needs help and doesn't have his siblings there to save him. Seance gets his own miniseries from Gerald Way. Okay, so it's one of the original members. The guy that can basically talk to the dead. He was in the miniseries on Netflix, so that could be good. I was one of those people that was early in buying the Dallas, the original one, the original Umbrella Academy series. So it's been pretty good read. I like it. The artwork's cool. I think the show is a little bit better than the comic book. I think. It's been a while since I read the comic book, but I think the show is better. I think a lot of people say the same thing. They think the show is a better story than the original comic book. So it's still a unique story. I like it. So Umbrella Academy, that might be worth grabbing for DC. What am I grabbing for DC? There's quite a few good books coming out for DC. I might pick up Man Jenny Frison cover. It just depends. I probably will wait to see until it comes out, until I can see the cover. So I probably won't pre-order it, but if it's a really cool cover, I'm likely to grab it. So that might make it to my pull list. But I don't like to buy stuff I can't see. So, I don't know if I usually like Jenny Frison covers, but not every cover. So I'm going to wait on that probably until the pull list comes out. Batman: The Adventures Continue. Probably go with the A cover on this, the Sean Murphy cover. Paul Dini and Ty Templeton is doing the art. You got a nice looking cover by Dustin. Very cool. Probably go with the A cover though on that. Definitely pre-ordering the Batman 3 Jokers #1. Probably just the A cover. I like the Joker cover the best by Fabok. Again, this is the original writing team of Jeff Johns and art by Jason Fabok. They did the series in Justice League back in 2000. I think that was 2015, 2016. I think 2015 is when it came out. So everything 3 Joker related. Definitely Justice League #50. That's a hot book right now. The other day, what was it? They had the 3 Jokers on a cover. What was it? It was like a 4th print. Yeah, it was a 4th print of DC Universe #1, the 4th printing. It's like a $75 book now, which, it's not their first appearance. It's just I guess it's their first appearance on the cover. So that book's going crazy right now. I think it's going for more than their first appearance, which is Justice League #50. So that's kind of crazy. But I definitely have that first appearance of the 3 Jokers. So I'm grabbing just that A cover. B cover's nice as well. I like that B cover, but I don't know. I'm trying to limit how many books I'm buying, and I think the A cover is the way to go there. Between the two. If you missed out on getting in 89, 90, 91, it looks like they're doing some Signature Series, Dynamic Forces, is that his DF? Yeah. Encore Edition, so you can pick those up. A little bit of money, $22. I mean, it's close to what those books are selling for an original first printing, so it's not nothing I'm going to pick up, but yeah, that might be of interest to you. Batman 96, definitely just going with the B covers. I usually have Batman, regular Batman on my pull list, and I pre-order typically the Mattina covers. So another awesome Mattina cover. Don't really care if he's copying artwork. He probably is. I don't think he is on every one, but yeah, he's definitely a controversial figure right now in comic books. There's also a C cover, a Wonder Woman 84 cover. Don't know who's doing the cover. Don't know what it looks like, so I'm probably going to hold off on that. I probably won't pre-order that. I'd like to see what it looks like first. So that might be something I grab on my pull list, depending on what the cover looks like. But for right now, I'm just pre-ordering the B cover by Mattina. Batman 97, same thing, pre-ordering the Mattina cover. Pretty awesome looking cover. All right, let me jump back in the chat. I know a few other people have joined. We got Manny the Comic Collector. We got Sean. Welcome, Sean. We got Grandmaster Stash has joined us. Welcome, my friend. We got Ancient Mariner. Let's see here. We got people still out of toilet paper. Yeah, Sean mentions a good book, The Witcher's, that Dark Horse series when that came out. That book's definitely a hot book. Although since the show's come out, I think the prices on that have settled back down. That might be a good one to buy amongst the financial crisis right now. I know there's probably some really good deals on some key books right now. If you spend the time looking, I know Marcus sent me a message this morning on a really cool book. Marcus, I would have bought that book, but man, I just dropped a bunch of money on that rights and print. So that's definitely one that I look forward to showing off. I should get it, I think, by this Wednesday. So just to let everybody know, I've got a really nice limited edition print by the master, Bernie Wrightson. I'll be showing that off later this week. And that should be a really nice looking thing to have displayed. I'm probably going to get that framed. And I certainly could not afford the original. I think the original of that sold last year for $1.2 million, if I'm not mistaken. So probably one of the most detailed drawings I've ever seen. Yeah, I'll wait to show that until I get it in the mail. I'll show that off to everybody in a live stream. But wait till you see it. It's going to be unbelievable. All right, let's jump back into the pre-order list. So Batman 97, Mattina cover, we left off there. Let's see what else. All right, Dark Knight's Death Metal #2. Definitely grabbing this Lobo cover by Opeña. I love that. I hope it's in a black and white. I don't know if it's going to be in color. Sometimes they'll show you a black and white of it, and then it ends up being in color. Man, I hope it's in black and white. That looks so good. I think it'll look good in color too, but I love that cover. That is probably my top cover so far coming out in April. Well, here's June. So it's a June release. Yeah, some of these books are coming out in June, right? So I was correct. A lot of these books are coming out in June. So these are April pre-orders coming out in June. So again, Lobo, he's on a little hill of skulls. Gotta love that. The main man. Wonder what his role in the series is going to be. So I'm definitely getting that one. The Finch Aquaman is pretty nice too. That one's pretty good. I like that. I don't know if that's going to be in black and white. See, these could be colored, and they're just showing the sketch right now. There's also a nice Artgerm cover, which I'm going to grab that for sure. Love that cover. I love Art Germ. I think that's a good one. I'm passing on the regular A cover by Capullo. I don't know. There's so many covers. I'm just like, so that's all I'm doing. It has a little bit more eye appeal to me. So the Lowball by Pena and the Art Germ are the two that I'm grabbing. Deceased Dead Planet #1, another Tom Taylor. You got 3 covers there. I'm just grabbing the Matina cover. Love that cover. I'm a sucker for a red and black cover. And then I'm picking up this movie homage cover. I think that's definitely a movie homage to Blade Runner. That's totally Blade Runner right there. So I love Blade Runner. One of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. So I'm definitely grabbing that by Ben Oliver just because I'm a big Blade Runner fan. So yeah, that's definitely a must-buy for me. They have a kind of a cool looking blank variant. That might be a hot book. I mean, it looks like it's. I wonder how CGC is going to grade that. It has some mild chipping on it, but I don't know. That looks pretty cool. That could be a hot book right there. That blank variant. So I'm debating whether to pick that up or not. Just because I don't know if it's supposed to look distressed, maybe, or is it going to be distressed? It's interesting. It looks pretty cool. Detective Comics 1024. The Lee Bermejo cardstock variant. Look at that thing. That is literal. That looks awesome. It's a Joker War Time book. Definitely a must-buy for me. I love that cover. I love Peter Tomasi doing the writing on that book. It's been really, really solid. So Detective Comics, I've been collecting that book for a long time. It's been a really good book. So definitely recommend that. There's also going to be an Art Germ Wonder Woman cover. I may grab that. I don't see the image yet, so I'm going to wait until the pull list comes. But that could be another one that I'm going to end up grabbing. I'm not going to pre-order it, though. I'll probably like it. I like most of Art Germ covers, but I'd like to see the image before I pre-order. All right, we're getting through DC here. Now, Hawkman #25, the Zafino cover. I'm a big fan of Zafino, so that's one of the few books I will buy sight unseen, just because I'm a big fan of his. Most of the time, I love everything he does, so I don't expect to be disappointed there, but I am buying that sight unseen just because I'm a big fan of his artwork, so I am grabbing that for sure, pre-order. Justice League Dark #24, the B cover. Definitely pre-ordering this one. I love John Guillon's artwork, and that cover is just awesome. I mean, that is perfect. So that one is definitely a must grab for me. I love the characters there. Detective Chimp, Swamp Thing, and what is that? Man Bat. Yeah, it's awesome. That's a must buy, in my opinion. Sometimes the scan covers are really good on Justice League Odyssey, but again, I'm going to wait on that. May end up picking that up. Just depends on how good the cover is. All right, we're getting through DC still. Just a lot of books coming out. Nightwing. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up getting. I mean, I'm one of these people that's pissed off I didn't get Nightwing 70. I think I told everybody I was trying to get it, and Midtown, I guess, screw. I had it as a pull list item, and Midtown did not honor it because I supposedly changed my payment options. I guess my debit card changed, and I didn't realize it. I don't know. I called and tried to argue my case. It didn't go anywhere. Obviously, they gave my book to somebody else. I had 2 of them reserved too for Nightwing #70. So yeah, I love this cover though. So that's definitely a buy for me. Nightwing 73 A cover for sure. The Qua cover is pretty cool as well, but I think I'll just go with the A cover on that. Plunge has been pretty good. I've read the first issue. I think I'm on issue 2 now. May end up getting that. I'm not too sure. It's a Black Label series by Joe Hill and Stuart Eminem, so it's a good team up. I did like the first issue. I'm going to see how the second issue goes before making that decision. Strange Adventures number 4, the Mitch Gerads cover. Yeah, I'm going to probably at least pick up the first 5 issues of this series. I think it's a 12-issue series, miniseries. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think the first issue was well received. I do have it. I just got it in the mail. Haven't read it yet, but I'm hoping that series is good. Tom King obviously has been a little bit of a disappointment. His run on Batman was not very good. I think he does a little bit better in these little miniseries books. And you should definitely stay away from writing relationship stories. I don't think he's the best at that. All right. 760 is the Middleton. I love that cover by Middleton. I haven't bought a Middleton cover in a while. I know he was doing those Martian Manhunter covers for a little bit. But that's the first one I've seen of Middleton that I really like. So I am going to grab that. That is a classic Wonder Woman cover right there. And then there's also an Adam Hughes cover, 1984. Probably going to pick that up. I like Adam Hughes normally when he does Wonder Woman, so I don't know what it looks like, but I'm going to give that one a go. I think it could be really good. We'll see. I think that does DC. Yep. All right, Dynamite Entertainment. I don't think there was anything there that struck me as something I had to buy. Again, I think right now my pre-order list is at 30 comics, so I'm trying to keep it somewhat to a minimum. I think I'm at $90 right now before shipping. Yeah, I mean, I really like this Red Sonja cover by Christian Ward. I mean, I love red covers. I'm a sucker for a red cover, first of all, and it's probably a 1 in 15 cover right there. It's a Virgin cover. It's pretty badass. I love that. So I don't know. That may slide onto the list. I haven't done my final draft yet. That might make the final cut. I really like that cover by Christian Ward. Killing Red Sonja number 4. There's the regular color. I like the red cover though. The red cover is just pretty sweet. So that's likely to make the final cut. We'll see. I got to give that one a little bit more thought. You got a nice homage to what? Dark Knight Returns. What was that? Number 4? I think that was number 4. I think that's what that's an homage to, right? Stephen Mooney. All right, let me get through this here. Dynamite Entertainment. Some nice Perillo covers. Pretty cool looking Frank Miller homage, right? Sin City homage. Remember those Sin City books back in the day? Those were hot for a while. Movies were interesting. Some of them were cool. I'm on the fence. I love and hate Sin City. Some of it's really cool. Some of it's like cringy. But overall, I like Sin City. I thought it was pretty good. Miller did a decent job on that. All right. Yeah, a lot of books. Let me get through here. Let me check into the chat a little bit. We got people in the chat. Yeah, Sean, Corona. I saw that was on the hot 10 list. I went over that the other day. I guess there's a character named Corona. So, yeah, when the coronavirus passes, I don't think that book's going to be so hot anymore. So, buyer beware. But if you happen to find it in the common bin for $1 or 25 cents, that's a good one to flip. I'm sure somebody on eBay will buy that. Manny says, I'm waiting for the Spawn 306. Oh, was that the Gunslinger McFarlane cover? I know that sold out on Midtown. Yeah, I saw that. I definitely pre-ordered the Matina cover on 306. But yeah, I didn't get that book either. That's probably, what, a $15, $20 book right now? I'm sure it is. Yeah, Marcus, I was showing that Blade Runner homage for Deceased, number 2. Or not Deceased. Was that Deceased? Yeah, I think it was Deceased. Yeah. Ancient Mariner says, blank covers are just a waste. Don't get it. Yeah, I think you're right, Ancient Mariner. I usually don't get blank covers. I think I did buy a blank cover. What was it? Nomen Omen had a blank cover that had some kind of misprint or something. I bought them for cover price, and I flipped them for like triple cover. So I that's probably the last time I bought a blank cover was just to flip it, just because it was sitting at a local comic book shop, and they were selling for like $20 online. So I bought them. I think I sold them for like $15. So yeah, I did pretty well on them. But yeah, I didn't keep it. So I usually don't do blank covers. I mean, I think if you're one of those people that likes to go to Comic Cons and get the book sketched by the artist, yeah, that's one thing. I definitely could see why you would do that, why you'd buy those. Yeah, who's getting the 1 in 500 purple blank? Anyone? Yeah, somebody's out there's buying it. I don't know. Yeah, long term, I don't think that's going to do so well. Yeah, blank covers were great until ours started charging too much, and some now flat out refuse to draw on them. There you go. Well, I think the comic book industry is going to go through a recession here, as most of the country will here in the next few months. So don't be surprised if some of these comic book artists decide to start offering more appeal to the comic book buyers, right? I think there's going to be a lot of good deals out there, man. The economy is going to be in the shitter for a while. Unemployment's going to rise. This is a good thing. If you got a little cash and you still have a job and you're making money, this is kind of a good thing for those who want to buy some keys a little cheaper. So there's always a silver lining somewhere, right? So that's the way I'm looking at it. All right, who else is in the chat that we can look at here? Manny says that cover D is going for $40. Really? $40? I don't even think it's that good. I think the Matina cover is way better. I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's got Gunslinger on the cover, and it's done right. I don't know. $40. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't pay that much. We got Dollar Bin Fodder. What's going on, my friend? Thanks for joining. We got Life of Agony. That's a good name for a channel right now. A Life of Agony. Is that a positive channel? You have a positive channel there going on there? All right. Let's go back into the pre-orders. I left off with Dynamite Entertainment. I think the only one I'm debating is that Christian Ward Blood Red cover. I think all the rest of them, I mean, there's a really nice Perillo cover here too. A couple of them. Typical Perillo, right? Very nice. Yeah, I mean, he's got some beautiful. This one's really nice as well. Red cover. I'm a little sucker for a red cover, but man, $37. Yeah, I don't love it that much. All right, IDW. Let's see if there's anything, and I don't think there was, but let's just take a look. There is a lock and key facsimile. So now you've got IDW doing facsimile editions. Amazing. So it started off with what? Marvel doing it, then DC started doing it. And now you got IDW jumping on the bandwagon. Hey, let's go ahead and sell a reprint. My son liked Lock and Key. We watched it. It was pretty, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was earth-shattering, but my son really enjoyed it. He liked it, thought it was a good show. Sea of Sorrows #2. I love Alex Cormac's artwork. This is definitely a grab for me. So I did pre-order the first issue, and I'm going to continue and pre-order the second issue. I think that might have been the only one I was grabbing on pre-orders. From EW, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don't collect Transformers. Yeah, that's probably it. So we're done with IDW. Let's look at the next. Waiting for my page to load. There we go. Couple. I know these Bitterroot books have been hot. I don't know if that's going to continue. I don't know if this is another. Is that another movie homage? I'm not too sure. I know lately those books have been on fire. Chew #1. So you got John Layman returning to Chew. Instead of CHEW, it's CHU, and I think this is a story regarding the original character, Tony Chu, and his sister. They both, I guess both of them can eat something, and then they can foresee, I don't know what it does. They have some power when they eat something. I don't know. Book. There's only one cover so far. There might be store variants. I'm not too sure. I did have I ended up selling it. Made some good money on it back in the day. I thought it was okay. It was good. It was a good read. It wasn't terrible, but I don't know. It didn't make selling it. I've definitely been grabbing that. I've been enjoying this series by Jerry Dugan and John McCrea. Love the A cover there, red cover. I'm all about that, so I'm going to definitely grab that one. I don't know what the B cover looks like. I may end up grabbing that if it's a really good cover, but Dead Eyes has been a solid read. It's probably one of the top Image books, in my opinion, as far as a solid read. So I would highly recommend that. Die I gave up on. I stopped collecting that at issue 10. Artwork in it is great. Stephanie Hans is a great artist, but just really hard to follow. I don't know. Kieran Gillian, I mean, he's a good writer, but it's a lot of dialogue. It's just, I don't know. It really got hard for me to follow, so I ended up dropping it. Just, I can't keep collecting everything, so I got to be somewhat selective. Kirkman's coming out with another book, Firepower. I don't know, grabbing it. Did not really like Kirkman's last few books. I don't know. I'll probably pass on that. Gideon Falls #23, definitely grabbing the A cover. There's an interesting B cover too. I don't know what the hell that is. It's a Sarantino and Jacelyn Mathis cosplay cover. That is a weird looking cover. I may grab that just because it's so strange. I don't know. So definitely the A cover, but I'm debating whether to grab that B cover or not. Goddamned Virgin Brides. I love Jason Aaron. The original Goddamn series that he did for Image was great. It was a great read. I mean, if you guys haven't read that, I would grab that in trade, or at least read it online or something. It was a really good read. I enjoyed it. So I'm kind of hoping that this this series, it's going to be a mini series again. I don't know, 5-6 issues, something like that. But I think it'll be good. Yeah, this is the other book I didn't really care for. Oblivion Song by Kirkman. I got for 2 issues. I couldn't get into it. I don't know. It wasn't a. It just was a book. It wasn't a book I really cared for. Mark has been pretty good. I've read. It's been a really good one. I'm gonna. Artwork is awesome. I definitely love the A cover there. One of my favorite covers I bought last year was that one per store variant, Mark #1. I love that book. I ended up buying that for a good price. Long term, that could be a good book to continue to buy. The writing on it's pretty decent. I've been buying that off and on, but man, I love this B cover. Mirko Fail. Of it. It's a freaking awesome looking cover. Well, that's loading. I'll check the chat real quick. All right, we got Dogwood Fodder's got a couple posts. Very nice. Everybody's on their internet now. I'm sure my internet speed is slow as hell right now. Sorry about that, everybody. Just knocked me off my screen. Let me see. I need to share my screen again here. It knocked me all the way out. Put that back up. All right. All right. So there's that cover I was talking about. Nomen Omen #8. Just love that cover. Look at the coloring on that. That thing looks awesome. Total cover buy for me. I have not been reading it consistently. I felt like the first 2-3 issues were really good. I mean, I didn't think it was a terrible read. But it wasn't a book like, oh yeah, I got to make sure I continue to read this every month. It wasn't that great. But man, I love that cover. So I will be grabbing that. Total cover buy right there. Nomen #8. Yeah, there's that Oblivion song I don't really care for. Let's see here. Might be it for Image for me. Oh, Spawn 310. Matina cover. You got Gunslinger Spawn on the cover. Definitely grabbing that. I love Matina. There's a McFarlane cover and a Ken Lashley cover. I'm just going to get the Matina cover pre-ordered. Let's see here. What else? I think that's it for Image. Let me make sure I'm still streaming properly. You guys hopefully can hear me okay. By the way, I'm ordering a mic this coming week. One of those mics that you can kind of just connect to your laptop. So it'll make me come through a little clearer. I mean, I know the sound isn't terrible, but I've watched replays and it's I feel like the sound could be a tad better. So I am getting a new mic. What do you call that? A condenser? Is it a condenser mic? It cuts down on some background noise, things like that. So I am trying to upgrade my channel quality a little bit, just a tad, not much. I mean, it's what is it, a $40, $50 investment. It's not a lot. All right, moving on to Marvel. There's a few Marvel books. There's, if you don't have the Wedding of Peter Parker to Mary Jane, there's a facsimile edition coming out. Although I don't think the original is that expensive. You probably get that for 10 to 15 bucks maybe. Boy, they're rebooting America Chavez. Look at that. How fast do you want to bet this book doesn't last very long? Well, they're probably going to do it as a miniseries so it can't get canceled. But America Chavez, I mean, the sales on that book traditionally have been terrible. I don't know. Just one of those books that I don't know why Marvel does what they do, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't really get it. Why they continue to go down that road, promoting characters that no one cares to read. I mean, Black Panther doesn't sell very well, and that's a good character versus America Chavez. But Black Panther doesn't even sell. What does Black Panther sell per month? Maybe 10,000? I don't even think it sells that good. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand Marvel. Black Widow, the only reason I'm mentioning that is I do like the Adam Hughes cover. So that might be one I grab just because I love Adam Hughes covers, but yeah, I don't think the series is that good to read. It's probably not worth reading. You've got a Captain America Annual, #1. Cool looking cover by Alex Garner. I like the cover on that. Captain Marvel is another one of those books that, I don't know, I tried reading it. It just wasn't that great. Even though you had some nice cover work by Alex Ross, I couldn't get into it. So I dropped that a long time ago. Yeah, there's not a lot of Marvel books I'm really into these days. I'm probably going to give up on Conan. I've been sort of reading Conan. I think I'm going to stop at issue 15, or I believe I stopped ordering at 15. Daredevil 22, that's definitely one I continue to pick up as long as Zdarsky's writing it. You got a cover by Chichetto, which is cool. No more Tedesco covers, it looks like. But Chip Zdarsky does a really good job. That's probably the top book to read that Marvel's producing. I like this Deadpool cover. Man, I tried reading Deadpool. It just wasn't that great. I love that cover by Bacalo, though. Bacalo. Doctor Doom's been a good read. I picked up issue 3 because the cover looked really cool. It had Mephisto on it. I'm a big fan of Mephisto. I really liked issue 3. I went back and bought issues 1 through 6. So I am probably going to continue with Doctor Doom. I think it's really, really good. It seems to be done well by Christopher Cantwell. So that's going to be one I'll probably end up getting. But Doctor Doom, Daredevil, it's not a lot of Marvel titles I'm pre-ordering right now. DC is definitely winning the pre-order list right now. I don't know if this Empire series is going to be any good. I mean, we got another one of these storylines throughout several books. I don't know. I haven't heard anything great about it so far, so I'm not too sure whether that's worth picking up or not. That is an awesome looking cover by Philip Tano on Ghost Rider, Annual #1. That is a fire cover if there ever was one. Let's see, what are we up to? It's a nice, cool cover by Miguel Mercado. I like that drawing. It's pretty cool. I like him in there. Gwen Stacy, probably not a book I would buy normally, but I like that cover. Immortal Hulk 37. I know there's been a lot of people that have dropped Immortal Hulk. I'm still on it. I'm trying to giving it a big leash here. I don't know. Maybe that's a mistake. I'm not too sure, but Juggernaut number 2. I did pick up Juggernaut number 1. Probably going to grab that. I like Jeff Shaw. It's a nice cover. Very dynamic action cover right there, so I'm going to be probably grabbing that. I like Juggernaut. I'd love to get his first appearance. Is that X-Men number 12, something like that? Yeah, I would be. That's definitely a grail I would love to get someday. Non-stop Spider-Man. Who's picking up Spider-Man? No one's even buying Amazing Spider-Man. We're going to have a, what is this, the 3rd or 4th title of Spider-Man that no one's buying? I don't get that. When's Spider-Man ever going to come back? It's almost like they're trying to fail on purpose because Marvel doesn't completely own the Spider-Man character, right? They don't, at least in the movies. Sony's still part owner of that. It's almost like they want it to fail or something. I don't know. But Amazing Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man books have been pretty terrible for the most part. Shang-Chi, they're trying to revitalize that in time for the movie. That probably won't do well. Spider-Man Noir, number 4. I don't know if I'm going to be grabbing that or not. Probably won't. I mean, I'm only buying just a handful of Marvel books. That's it. Star Wars Bounty Hunters, number 5. Definitely grabbing that for a couple reasons. I love Ethan Sachs' writing. I love the cover by Bromehu. That is an awesome cover. Look at that cover. It's worth buying it alone for the artwork. So that is definitely a must-buy for me. I got Star Wars, Darth Vader. Got a bunch of other books here. Probably not getting any of those. My internet is slow here while it's loading. Here. Yeah. All right. We got Agent J.R. Ewing. Welcome, my friend. And those Eastside Ribbit covers, I was kind of doing the same thing. I mean, the EM Gist covers are decent as well. Not as good as the Eastside Ribbit covers, but yeah, I think I stopped buying Conan at issue 15, so I probably am done with Conan for now. Sean makes a good point. Tighten the belt. Stop just buying cover buys. Yeah, we're going to be in a recession, I think, for at least a few months. I think it's going to be a short recession, though. I'm no expert. I went to school. I studied economics, but that doesn't mean shit. I do know that unemployment's going to be rising in the next few weeks. A lot of service jobs are going to be, people are going to be suffering in certain areas of the economy. And that will affect comic books, I'd imagine, right? So, yeah, if you've got a comic book shop that's been struggling the last couple of years in a good economy, I don't know how they're going to survive in a recession, but I do think it is going to be a short recession. I don't think it'll last. I don't think it's going to last a couple of years. It'll be maybe 6 to 9 months. Once we get this virus burned out of the system, especially as we enter the summer months when the warmer weather kicks in, that kills off all flus. Doesn't matter if it's Corona or H1N1, doesn't matter. All flu strains end up getting destroyed through the heat. So that's the good news, is that we are entering warmer weather. I know today here in Tampa, it's probably high 80s, low 90s. So let's say that's the kind of weather you need to kind of burn out the flu virus. So yeah, I'm hoping it's not a deep recession. I mean, you can't predict these things to any degree of accuracy. That's just my best guess, whatever that's worth. But I think it will be a short recession, but definitely a recession for sure, no doubt about it. So that will present some opportunities. So, you know, if you have a little cash and you've been eyeing a couple key books that are just been kind of a little bit out of your reach, this is the time to check eBay on occasion. Yeah, this is definitely a good time to have some dry powder for people. You know, I'm not telling you. Now, I feel bad for people that have to sell their books because they're struggling financially, but you know, they need the money. I'm gonna, you know, I'll give them some money to have a nice book. That's for sure. All right, getting back to Marvel. Let's see what else. I did pick up Taskmaster #1. I don't know. I gotta read that issue first before I decide to pre-order any of these books. I do like that cover; it's kind of cool, but I do like the character of Taskmaster. But I'm gonna probably wait on that. I'm gonna read it. I need to read the first issue first. Thor, obviously Donny Cates is doing a decent job on Thor. Probably gonna at least get the A cover on this. I know there's a Nick Klein cover as well. Probably just gonna go with the A cover for now. Let's see. I think we're getting near the end of the Marvel list. That's a cool looking Venom cover by Perillo. Very nice. That was a comic exposure exclusive. Very cool. I like that cover. I don't know if Perillo's done a lot of Venom covers. He has. Yeah, we're up to Venom number 27 now. It's hard to believe we're at that. I have the numbers on that book now. It's crazy. So Stegman is doing covers, but looks like interior artwork now is by Juan Gedeon. Donny Cates is still writing it. Venom's been okay. I don't think it's been spectacular. It's been all right. Werewolf by Night. I know I pre-ordered the first issue. There was a 1 in 25 cover that, or was it a 1 in 50? It was either a 1 in 50 or a 1 in 25 cover that I pre-ordered that looked really, really cool. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's good. That's the A cover by Mike McComb. It's pretty cool. Kind of like Werewolf by Night. There's Wolverine #2. Got this X-Men Dawn of X saga. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. It's sort of like Hickman did a decent job on House of X and Powers of X, and then it's sort of, you know, I don't know. It seems like the X books have sort of been slowly sliding down the hill again. All right. Now let's go to last but not least, I think Independence. There's a couple independent books that I thought looked interesting. Let's check back into the chat real quick. Sean says, so heat not going to be any effect. Well, I know seasonal flu, heat does affect the seasonal flu virus. I've talked to, I got a couple friends that are physicians. One's an internist, internal medicine doctor, and he is of the opinion that the heat will burn out the flu virus. I don't know. I've heard that from a couple different sources, but I don't pretend to be an expert in the matter. But I'm just relaying information that I've heard. Sean says, I hear comics are going to reduce the amount sent to comic book shops and spread out releases more to adjust. Yeah, I definitely see that happening. Yeah, the comic book industry is going to go through a rough patch here, no doubt about it. I mean, if people are having a hard time paying their bills, their mortgage payments, they ain't buying comic books. So there's going to definitely, I mean, comic books are definitely discretionary spending, right? that is not anywhere near anything other than discretionary spending. So, yeah, just be aware of that. It's probably going to impact the comic book market for sure. All right, back to independence. Let's see here. The sun's coming down, it's starting to blind me here. One. Yeah, I'm picking up this Bleed Them Dry #1. I mean, it's a vampire book. I love Vault Comics books. I mean, their books are good quality. The paper is awesome. They usually use a cardstock cover. I mean, they're usually super, super high quality. So I'm going to give this a try. It's the first issue, Bleed Them Dry. There's 2 covers. I like both covers. I think they both look awesome. So I'm going to grab both covers on that. I like Vault Comics, so I'm going to give them at least a try for the first issue. There's a lot of independent. I mean, I don't know. Are these independent comics, are they going to make it? Hero Tomorrow Comics, never heard of them. I don't know. This is like probably not a good time to come out with a new comic book company, publishing company. I wonder how many of them are going to make it. Okay, this one definitely I'm pre-ordering. I suggest you do the same. This cover is freaking awesome. First of all, the B covers of all these Zenoscope conspiracy books. There's a bunch of them. I think the last one just sold out was about alien abductions. The Torino covers have been selling out. They're freaking awesome covers. This cover is fire. I love that cover. So I am definitely pre-ordering that. Almost guarantee you that's going to sell out on Midtown. That will sell out easily. That doesn't mean it's going to be worth a lot of money, but I think it will sell out. So I just love that cover. So I'm definitely grabbing that one. I don't know what this is. I'm not usually into Aspen books, but that cover's pretty cool. Love the coloring on that. Amazing Arizona Comic Book Convention. It's a book coming out in April or June, and it's a cover from 2012. I don't know. You got another Vault comic book that might be worth grabbing, Engine World. It's kind of interesting. I am partial to Vault Comics just because I think they do a great job. So I'm probably going to pre-order both those books just to give it a try. I like Vault Comics, so I'm going to give that one a swing. I did pick up Finger Guns #1. I liked it. It's the artwork in it's a little cartoonish. No, don't know if I'm gonna. I haven't read all of it yet. If I may go with #4. I don't know. I'm on the fence on that. I haven't made up my mind yet on that. Let's see. I should have done this at night. I'm having a hard time seeing. Gung Ho #7. I've been liking Gung Ho, and I do love this D cover by Kumant. It's an awesome looking cover. These monkeys are going to get their arms sliced off with that blade. I love that cover. That is freaking badass. So I'm definitely buying that for sure. It's been a good read too. I've been liking it. So I recommend Gung Ho. I'm Gung Ho for Gung Ho. This one could be hot. Ice Cold Kills one shot. I mean, one shots normally don't do that great, but Amigo Comics has low print runs. I mean, that could be worth checking out. Don't know for sure, but possibly that could be a good one. I don't know if Scout Comics usually don't do very well, but I like the title. It eats what feeds it. I don't know. I can apply that to a lot of things. It's an interesting title. It's an interesting cover here. Jim Henson's Storyteller Ghosts. It's an interesting cover. I like that cover. Let's see here. Jonah and the Unpossible Monsters. Oni Press. Sometimes Oni Press books get hot. The writer is Chris Samney. Chris Samney is normally an artist. I don't know if that's a good book to get. It sounds interesting, somewhat. I don't know. A lot of these independent books, I don't know. I don't know what to think about some of them. King of Nowhere. I mean, Boom Studios has been pretty hot. I know a couple of those King of Nowhere issues sold out. I think I ended up grabbing that wraparound cover. It looked really cool. Just got that in the mail the other day. Haven't read it yet, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll be picking this up, but Boom Studios has been pretty hot lately, so that might be worth grabbing. Yeah, I'm on the fence on a lot of things right now. Again, I got 30 books on my pre-order list, so about $90 worth of books for the month of June. Let's see. Is there one more maybe that I was looking at? Ninjas and Robots. I don't know about that. Interesting cover right there. I don't know. Getting near the end here, guys. Oh, Once and Future number 10. Man, I love this cover. That cover is badass. That is an awesome cover. Dan Mora killed it on that cover. If you don't like that cover, something's wrong with you. That's all I can tell you. That's a must-buy for me. I love that cover. It's been a good series. The writing on it's been excellent. Again, Kieran Gillian, I like his writing on Once and Future. I don't like it that much on Die. I think he's doing a much better job on Once and Future. But that book right there, that cover is fire. I'm all over that. So definitely picking that up. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. This is a little bit more expensive. I like Steve Niles. Steve Niles does a lot of horror books. He did October Faction. He can usually produce some hits. So this is only a 2-issue miniseries, so it's I love the cover on that. I'm just gonna grab it. It's an $8 book. Obviously, it makes a lot of sense to pre-order this. 35% off, $5. Just a cool looking cover. I like Steve Niles. I don't know if the art. I don't know the artist here, Gula Nemeth. Why can't people have fucking normal names like John Smith? They have all these names I can never freaking pronounce. What the hell's going on? Why can't people have normal damn names? I know that's very prejudicial to say that. What can I tell you? I'm an old fart. I can't pronounce half these names anymore. It drives me crazy. Let's see. Was there anything else? Is this really a Federici cover? It's Sabrina Something Wicked number 3. And it says Federici. It doesn't look like, I don't know. Is that Federici's artwork though? He's the guy that's doing Last God. It doesn't look like Federici's artwork, but I thought that's interesting. Maybe that is him. I don't know. Who knows? Guess we'll find out. Kind of like this Scourge cover. I think it's crazy looking. Comic Expo 2010. See, Aspen loves to dig up old artwork, I guess, right? I mean, that's a 2010 cover that somebody did. Hey, let's dig that up and throw it on this next book coming out in a few months. Something is Killing the Children number 9. That's been a pretty good read. That's probably worth grabbing. It's been a series so far. Let's see here. Anything else? Super Duck. Superior AOC, I'm going to pass on that. I like the name of this book, Unholy Bastards versus the Future One. I just like the word bastards. Partial to the bastard word. I think that might be it, guys. I think that does it for Independence. Ooh, this might be worth grabbing. Van Helsing versus the League of Monsters, number 5, the Vittorino. Vittorino's a pretty good artist. I like that cover. That might be worth grabbing. That one's pretty cool too. Very, very cool. And I bought Vlad Dracul number 1. Man, this is a $7 book. I don't know if that's worth paying $7 for. I don't know. I'm on the fence on that. It's only a 3-issue miniseries. Wayward Legends. They've got a lenticular cover. I don't know. Doesn't look that appealing to me. I'm like squinting like hell here. I can barely see the screen. I think we're near the end. Usually when you get the Exo Man, that means you're near the end. Yasmin? Is that Yasmin Bleeth? You have to be my age to know who she is. Zombie Tramp. Zorro. But now you know you're near the end. Okay, Zorro's the last book. All right, guys, that's it. That's my pre-order list from Midtown. So there's all. I got 30 books in my pre-order list so far, totaling $90 before shipping. Shipping's usually like $8, $9. So I'm right just under a C note right now on the books that I'm looking at. I'm going to do a final draft of this probably in the next few days. I got plenty of time to kind of decide, but I think I got a lot of good books in here. A lot of key books that I think will be worth grabbing in the month of April and June. We'll see. I think of June. Yeah, June 3rd through the 24th. Looks like most of them. All right, guys. Let me move my computer. I'm not right in the sun. Oh man. Oh, it's much better. All right, let me just check into the chat here. Still have 7 people watching. That's cool. Go slower overlaid that cover. Yeah. But there is a lot of the porn comic books out there. So that's kind of what I had for you guys. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Sean, thank you for hanging out with me, my friend. Agent J.R. Ewing. I chat with you guys as well on Instagram quite a bit. Dollar Bin Fodder, he's always hanging out. Maine the Comic Collector. Life of Agony. Ancient Mariner. If you guys aren't subscribed to each other, please make sure you subscribe. We're all in this comic book community together. I'll try to do another stream here in a few days, especially if there's maybe some comic book news to go through. But I wanted to get out this pre-order list to you. These are the books that I was kind of looking at pre-ordering. Give you an idea of what I'm looking at. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I know this next week, most people are probably working from home if they can. I'm going to be working from home. So spending lots of time with the family and trying to do other things besides watch TV. I've been playing that Life board game with my son. He loves that. It's funny, is my son, he loves board games, man. I pull out Monopoly, Life, and he just thinks that stuff is awesome. So I dig that about him, that he likes that. He's not just into electronics. He'll play a video game for like 20 minutes and he's done. He'd much rather play board games, which I think is cool. Plus he's outside all the time. I'm outside throwing the ball and kicking the ball with him all the time. So it's kind of keeping me active, which is good. So yeah, everybody
hang out with family. That's what's the most important thing right now. Staying healthy, staying socially distanced. If I go out, man, I got those Clorox wipes with me at all times. I'm wiping down my hands, disinfecting myself before I come back into the house, wiping everything down. I think that's important right now. Just stay safe. Use common sense. This virus will subside eventually. Life will get back to normal at some point. I don't know if it'll be months, weeks, who knows how long it will be, but eventually it will get back to normal. Eventually your grocery stores will be well stocked again. Right now, not so much. So this is where, everyone can help each other out, and make sure you stay in touch with people local to you, help people where you can. I think that's, just be a good human being, right? Most of us know how to do that. So appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Hope you guys all have a great Sunday, and I'll check back in with you. I'll probably have another live stream in the next few days, probably on Tuesday. I should have my top 20 list reviewed. I'll probably be doing that next. That could be tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. We'll see. All right, guys, have a good evening, and I'll see you soon.